Now, taking the conversation forward, also joining us live are Patikit Pani, who's a political analyst live from Delhi, and Rupam Banerjee, senior journalist live from Kolkata. Many thanks for joining us, sir. A very good morning. Coming to you first, Patikit, you're a political analyst. You've been, of course, analyzing the run-up to these polls. Today, the first phase is in Assam and Bengal, two strong states. Now, when it comes to Assam, BJP is already the majority party there. It will not be that hard to retain a second term. Now, when it comes to West Bengal, BJP has been making massive inroads with high-octane campaigning we've witnessed throughout by both TMC and BJP. What do you think will be the outcome?
Well, it's always a little challenging proposition to, anticipate the outcome in Bengal elections. Because definitely, if you compare it with what it was in case of 2016 Assembly election, it's a humongous change that we see this time in terms of the kind of challenge that the incumbent political party, that is TMC, is facing. Of course, there was a triangular fight in case of 2016 also, but it's a sea change this time. There are different kinds of opinion polls that are coming up. Some conservative ones are showing that BJP might end up with 100 or odd seats. Some others are showing around 150 even. Even if a political party in the opposition gets 100 odd seats in this election, in the most conservative manner, I'm saying, that itself will be a tremendous development in the sense that over the last 1 decade, we have not witnessed a very strong opposition party in the Assembly of Bengal. Secondly, if there are several issues in Bengal because of which you see a silent majority, voting silently without talking much about it, this has been a trend of Bengal. If you see the 2011 election also, when the CPM was thrown out of power, it was taken for granted that there will be a change. There was an undercurrent of wave that you could anticipate that time. But people were not willing to come out and talk much about it for the simple reason that there are three elements of elections in Bengal, where one is the pre-poll violence, one is a poll-related violence, and then third element is the post-poll violence. So on several occasions, it has been seen that generally voters are very reluctant to actually show off their cards. And when the day of election voting happens, they just silently go and vote. And we saw that trend in case of 2019 Lok Sabha election also, where many people in Bengal did not expect, many in terms of the political class did not expect BJP to get 18 odd seats, but they actually got it. People did not see, the voters did not see who actually the local candidate was, but they just went and voted in a wave. We have some kind of an undercurrent of wave.
We'll go state by state. And let's start with West Bengal. And I'd like Mr. Rupam Banerjee to come in on the same. West Bengal in itself is very interesting, especially as far as Phase 1 is concerned, because the shift in itself speaks volumes of how this has been playing out. Till 2011, this was a left stronghold, Mr. Rupam Banerjee, followed by a lot of TMC support. 2016 also TMC won 27 of the 30 seats that are going to polls today. But 2019 has also been very interesting. BJP bagged all 5 constituencies. So extremely interesting what we can expect as far as this election is concerned.
Yes, it's true. It is going to be very tough for both the parties. Obviously, BJP is a little bit of advantageous side, and Trinamool is fighting tooth and nail. This would be a keen contest, and this would actually prelude to the election in the whole state. If BJP can retain what they have got in 2019 Lok Sabha election, Trinamool is in for trouble. That's very simple. Otherwise, you see the large number of people have come out for vote, and this time it will be very decisive. And obviously, BJP is going to put up a tough fight to Trinamool Congress, and also, to some extent, the left parties will also gain some of the footholds. Some areas.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's a very tough contest.
Yes.
It will not be very easy for someone to credit that he will be winner.
That's exactly why, Mr. Rupam Banerjee, West
Yes.
Bengal elections are being seen as nothing less than national elections because the campaigning has been such. There has been a lot of drama that has been taking place. Of course, there is a lot of concern over security arrangements as well. But Pratikrit, you know, a lot of defections also that we've seen crossing over to the BJP, Suvendu Adhikari, the Nandigram battle. There has been so much that has been going on in the run-up to these elections. What do you think the mood really is like? Because like, you know, we've been discussing, there has been a constant shift, at least as far as this tribal-dominated region is concerned. How is it that, you know, there is a constant shift that is taking place? This only means that nothing can be really anticipated.
Well, that trend has always been there. When you see Trinamool Congress as a political party was formed in the late 1990s, it actually emerged out of Congress in Bengal, and it eventually emerged as a much stronger proposition than Bengal Congress. If you look at most of the TMC top leaders, they had their initial, they started their political career with Congress. Similarly, you see a major change happening this time also. What I can understand, what my analysis of this is that if you see the trend of 2019 election, it was primarily in the tribal belt where perhaps BJP was a little weaker, and also in South Bengal. Comparatively, they did exceedingly well in North Bengal. So they were looking for certain top leaders or influential leaders in that area. You know, if you look at Trinamool Congress, it has tremendously fortified itself in the last one decade. There's no denial of that. Of course, they're facing a major challenge this time, but it is not a cadre-based party. It is a political party where you have regional satraps, within Bengal, you have some district level very influential leaders who have been running the show.
Yeah.
In case of the tribal belt of the Jungle Mall region,
Right.
what we call it, Suvendu Adhikari has been extremely influential. So there has been certain tough wars that we
Of
can
course.
understand within TMC, because of which he was finding it very difficult for whatever reason to stay, and he actually thought of shifting. Now he himself in the entire tribal belt of Purulia, Bakura, Birbhum.
Right. On that note, sir,
he is very
we
influential.
stay with us as we step into a short break. We'll be right back.